Part A. Give a short answer to the question. Listen to a question. Answer the question with one word or a few words. For example, when you hear,
"What would a person use to open a locked door?"
you say,
Key.
or
A key.
In which sport do players kick a ball into a net to score goals?
John is baking in the oven. What room of his house is he probably in?
What profession trims and styles a person's hair?
What dairy product is yellow and often spread on bread?
A typical table has how many legs?
What do we call the letter or number we receive after an exam that tells us how well we performed?
What do you wear to protect your head while cycling?
What do we call an underground road that lets us drive through a mountain?
Part B. Repeat the sentence. Repeat each sentence that you hear. For example, when you hear,
"My flight was just canceled,"
you say,
My flight was just cancelled.
Can you fix a punctured tire?
I'm afraid he's correct about your vehicle.
Davis wanted to visit, but he had a timing conflict. Did you know they tied the knot last weekend?
What that building needs is a fresh layer of paint.
Was she able to offer you any helpful suggestions?
The cause is not at all obvious to me.
Send out these bills before Friday.
Kids will understand that there isn't just one correct way of finding a solution.
Since you went to lunch, the phone hasn't stopped ringing.
Have you sent the updated schedule to all the teams?
Exchanges can only be made if the tags are still attached.
Do you believe it's safe to carry such a large sum of money?
If you need additional time, just tell me.
Is it fine with you if we arrive later?
How much time is needed to create a complete manual?
Part C. Answer a question about a conversation. Listen to two people have a conversation. Then answer a question about the conversation. Answer with a few words or short sentences. For example, you hear,
"What time should we leave for the airport?"
Let's see. The flight is at 10, so we should leave at 7.
"Yes, that sounds right. I'll call for a taxi soon."
When you hear,
"What time are they leaving for the airport?"
you say,
7.
Or,
at 7 o'clock.
Has Daniel arrived yet?
No. He texted to say his flight got delayed. He's waiting for the next available one.
Oh. I thought he took the train.
He usually does, but there were no tickets left this time.
How is Daniel traveling today?
How many players are on your football team?
Right now, there are only 10. We were 11, but one player got injured last week.
Wow, that is a small team. You all must get a lot of time on the field.
Yes, it's great.
Why does the man like their football team so much?
I've attempted to log in so many times that I'm locked out for 20 minutes.
Did you accidentally have caps locked on? That always happens to me.
Oh, that could be why none of my passwords were going through.
What did the man forget to check?
Don't forget, you have to pick up your sister at the airport at 5.
I almost forgot. I'd better get going.
Don't rush. I think you've got time.
What did the woman almost forget about?
Hey, I heard you were leading a group exercise class at the community center.
That's correct, every Saturday afternoon. The class is a real blend of people of all fitness levels and ages, so it's a bit hectic, but enjoyable to teach.
That sounds like a good time. Maybe I'll catch you there one of these days.
Why did the woman mention that the class was hectic?
My neighbor is driving me crazy. He always parks in my spot and leaves trash in the hallway.
Why don't you talk to him about it?
I've tried, but he doesn't seem to care. I suppose I could try again.
What does the man's neighbor do that bothers him?
Part D. Answer questions about a passage. Listen to a story followed by 3 questions about the story. Answer the questions with a few words or a short sentence.
Bob's role involves inputting detailed information, so he must focus. He shares a workspace with Karen, whose responsibility is to contact potential clients to try and sell advertising space to them. Unfortunately, Karen is extremely noisy while on the phone, and it's distracting for Bob. Bob has attempted using earplugs and listening to music through headphones, but he can't mute Karen's voice. Bob is seriously considering asking his manager if he can work remotely.
Why does Bob need to focus on his job? Why is sharing a workspace with Karen a problem? What solution is Bob considering to ask his manager?
Samantha had just celebrated her 21st birthday, and she was going on a trip without her family for the first time. She was traveling across Europe by train with her best friends from college. To prepare for the trip, she had learned a bit of French and Italian, as those were the languages spoken where they intended to stay. However, in France, they encountered a group of travelers from Australia, and they all ended up going to Spain instead. They stayed on a farm and assisted in picking apples to cover the cost of their accommodations. Since they all enjoyed it so much, they extended their stay by another month. The next semester was still a month away, so it wasn't a problem.
What mode of transportation were Samantha and her best friends using to travel around Europe? What happened while they were in France? How did their plan change?
Part E. Retell a passage. Listen to a short passage. Then, retell as much of the passage as you can. You will have 30 seconds to answer.
A mother dreamed of her daughter learning how to dance. She enrolled her in lessons at a dance studio. They attended the first session. Upon seeing the dance floor, the daughter felt extremely nervous. The instructor was very patient and allowed her to rehearse in a separate room until she felt ready to join. After a year, she became a professional dancer.
Many people dream of living on a tropical island, and now this could become a reality. The Fiji Tourism Board is seeking someone to live on one of their numerous deserted islands for an entire year. Although this role does not offer a salary, all travel and living expenses are covered. Responsibilities include exploring the island, recording the types of food and plants that grow naturally, and monitoring the weather conditions. At the end of the year, the selected applicant will present their findings to the Tourism Board, which will then decide whether to develop the island for tourism. Additional details can be found on the Tourism Board's website.
Part F. Give your opinion. Listen to a question about your opinions or ideas. Answer the question with as much detail as you can. You will have 40 seconds to answer.
Do you like to travel with a detailed plan or without one? Why? What are 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of being very active on social media?